Hey, welcome to another episode of Simple Life Philosophy. It is, sorry, wow. Someone just tried to speed up and cut me off, you know what I mean? We have to all get over to the right lane to be able to get on the highway that we need to. And the person behind me was trying to, I guess, cut me off a little bit. But anyway, sorry about that. It's Tuesday, October 4th. Yeah, it's the 4th, right? November 4th. I apologize. Man, I am so off today. I didn't, man. The last couple nights, I really haven't been sleeping well. I don't know why, so that might be affecting some of my thought process here. But anyway, it's sunny out here. It's a beautiful morning. I hope everyone is doing well today. Um, yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like I've been trying to keep up with current events. I always keep up with current events for the most part. Kind of see what's going on in the world. Want to have just like some sort of pulse on what's going on, and it's pretty wild how far these AI videos have come. That people call them AI slop. I'm like, man, this AI is not slop anymore. I mean, it looks so convincing. There's one recently that had Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about Three Eye Atlas, and it was like, I mean, you can't really tell at all that it was an AI. In fact, when he played it on his own channel and then kind of had some commentary after. But it's truly scary because we're not going to be able to decipher what is reality anymore, and all these content creators, I think even on YouTube and TikTok, they're just producing all this AI quote unquote slop and they're getting a lot of views, a lot of engagement. And I get it. I mean, you're able to manufacture it in a way that sparks engagement. I mean, whether it's rage bait or just something kind of fascinating or nature related. It just animal related is a good one. Especially with cute animals. Maybe that wouldn't normally hang out together or just hanging out. It's pretty fascinating, and I don't know what to think about kind of where all this is going to head because you might be able to you know, create an AI or create AI videos of like heads of state, of CEOs, of renowned physicists and scientists, as you can see with Neil deGrasse Tyson. I mean, who knows what kind of misinformation or what kind of manipulation can just result out of this? And it's ultimately all it's doing is farming your attention. I mean, as that's why I think just creating like some sort of personal brand is almost a like necessity at this point for everyone. I mean that's what my personal brand is, and I think I really would encourage if you don't have one to make one because just something that resonates with you, resonates with your highest self, because in like what you do, like what you like to do, how you like to help people, how you like to serve people, whatever that is, try to find that. If you don't know what that is, journal about it, read about it, like read, learn, meditate, do do what you need to do. But the answer is there. I do believe that answer is there for you. And yeah, it's just become a necessity because all our attention is being farmed, and now it's even when it comes to TV shows and movies and sports, it's like, man, just all this is everyone is performing for our own attention, and I'm starting to get bored of it. I really am. Nothing is real anymore, and it's all to keep us distracted and distracted from what, like, it. I mean, distracted to keep the people in power and still in power and to keep growing their power. Basically, I feel like that's ultimately what it is, and it's you have to. I don't know how like we navigate through this new economy and just I don't know, just new ways of entertainment and engagement, and because we just know so much about our own psychology and biology and like what gets us triggered and what gets those quick, cheap dopamine hits and all that. It's pretty scary because people can easily be manipulated. If you don't have any type of self awareness and well developed discernment skills, you can easily be manipulated, have no idea. And even if you find out you're being manipulated, you don't care because you're just addicted to that mindset and emotions and cycle of emotions at that point. You just don't even care, you know. It's kind of like when like there's these videos of kind of making these like stereotypical uh, videos of you know women. I'm trying not to be like too offensive, but just like women going to getting their food stamps and stuff, and it's like, and then it's all AI slop, and then people are like discover it's slop, and they just are like, well, it's true anyway. And it's like, no, it's not true. Like this is not actually what happened here. And if it is, yeah, maybe it's true for. There's always going to be exceptions somewhere. We can always find exceptions. We can always find psychosis and extremists. On the far right, on the far left, and there's always religious extremists that take it too far. It's there's always those outliers for sure, but that's not the quote unquote stereotype. That's not like the mean. That's not where most people kind of live in the middle of the bell curve, right? And yeah, it's I think that bell curve is just, I don't know, getting all mixed up and can be easily just, I don't know, manipulated and designed to confuse us and mislead us. And I think we're all been guilty of being misled, and so it's just quite scary because I don't know where this is all going to take us. You know, um, and then you have all these, just very, power is getting more and more concentrated, and that's why I feel like we almost have to hand the reins to AI eventually. It's like, all right, if you're going to destroy us, but like I just don't trust people. Like I don't trust humans. Human nature, power always corrupts. Very smart people think they're too smart for their own good a lot of times. They have an ego about them. They think they know what's best for you, and then they'll try to control your lives. And I don't think that's quite fair either. There should always be guardrails, and I just think that, man, where our technology is headed and the pace of our technology is, I don't know, we're reaching some sort of precipice, and it's I don't know what's gonna happen anyway. So yeah, this is kind of like a different type of video, but and I didn't really organize my thoughts all that well, but I'd be curious what anyone else thinks about all that, about where we're headed as a species and what we're doing, and yeah, like what should we be doing? Like how do we figure this out? How do we get better? I think, at my point of view, I think that's where it just comes down to just living simply, and really focusing on developing you and developing your most highest conscious you, and then hopefully, if enough of us do that, that will kind of spider web out to the collective, and hopefully make some real changes, and we can evolve as a species with, like, with just kind of more higher conscious thoughts, and being able to handle the mass psychosis that's going on, because unfortunately, when there's mass psychosis, people hurt other people, and you have to control for that. And so yeah, you have to have rule of law, and you have to have justice, and yeah, so it's a very weird and odd time we're living in. I grew up in the 90s, and it was just, man, it was almost, it just seems like a completely different world when I look back at my childhood. I'm so blessed to have the childhood I had, and it's like, man, like growing up in this type of environment, I don't know how I would have turned out, and granted, it's not like I turned out all that great either. I mean, I had it definitely, even in the 90s, like growing up there, like I kind of developed a lot of addiction tendencies just because, I had junk food and sugar and video games and all that to kind of, I don't know, satiate my mind and provide those cheap dopamine hits when I'm, out of school. And so I never really learned or truly got passionate about like learning real world stuff. It was just kind of learning how to get cheap dopamine hits, and how to get better at games so I can beat my buddies, and you know that sort of thing. So yeah,
just an odd time. Wow, this is a 10-minute video. I haven't gone this long in a while, so I'm going to leave it there. Love to hear your thoughts on all this as I contemplate the world and where we're all headed. Anyway, many blessings to you. Peace out.